Hey precious people, how's everyone today? Um, have you seen this movie? I know many of us here in America have seen the movie The Color Purple, and how Celie and her husband had, you know, she went through some bitter times in the hands of her husband, but and her sister, who was literate, she knew how to read and write, taught Celie how to read and how to write, and that gave Celie, which was Whoopi Goldberg, some emotional maturity, and kind of opened her eyes and broadened her horizon. That's one of my favorite movies, The Color Purple. And the other one, my second favorite movie also is The Diary of the Mad Black Woman. You know, and how she used to write in her diaries, and it's something about writing something down. When you write things down, it's kind of etched in your mind and in the hard copy. So today's video is about parenting and how to raise emotionally and mentally mature kids. Yo, so it's something I wrote here, and these are rules that became, we wrote this. I wrote this to my children. The number one for me was listen, because I just like, let me say something, let me hear something. They would just go and talk. So I said, this is mommy's rule: listen, and then show love, be patient, play and trust, no yelling, read and learn, say sorry, cry, it's okay. Now this is mine because I have boys, so I'm teaching them how to cry, telling them it's okay to cry. Pray and forgive, give warm hugs. These children love warm hugs so much, and at first I was like, but I'm like, if they want hugs, give them hugs. It's free. And the way we grew up in Africa, we're not used to this huggy, lovey, touchy, I love you things, but it is actually healthy when you teach them this and teach them very early, whether your parents did it for you or not. And then ask for help. That's very important. No fighting. I don't want my kids fighting, so I told them no fighting. Only mommy does the spanking, mommy and daddy, and that's it. No spanking each other, no hitting each other. Not in this house. You are each other's best friends. Your best friends will come and go, but your brothers will be your best friends for life. They ain't going nowhere. And then this place said, tired but strong, be thankful, sing, because I like to sing. And then scared but brave, say please, and dance. We always like to dance with the legs. My husband, the kids, everybody. So I think this was 99 cents in Walmart. So I wrote it down, use a sticky tape to cover it up. It's been in the house for going on 2 years now. But we had to keep adding things. It was just like 4 or 5. But every day we will add. Every day we will add. And now we have almost like 15 or 16 of this rule. So I have these things, and I also have these little things, all over the house. These are just $1 something, and I write down stuff and I print it out, and they help me make up these rules, because something about making rules yourself. When you make rules yourself, like for the no screaming and no yelling. I used to be a yeller. So when we made this rules the first time, and I would write, hey, you come here. And my son would say, mommy, no yelling. I was like, So I had to abide by these rules. Not only them, we had to abide by these rules, because this is the house rules. We made these rules. And because it was something fun, something playful. So when we want to do something, I'm like, rule number one says what? Listen. Listen, y'all. So what I'm trying to get at is, these are children. The earlier you catch them, the better it is. So when we use these rules, it's kind of sinking in their head. And once in a while, I take the rules and we go over it again. I said, do you know why we say this? Do you know why we say this? So I just, just want to encourage families. Make up your own rules in your house that you think your kids can abide by, and then retrain yourself. Every habit you learn can be unlearned. I am working, as I'm parenting my children, I'm also parenting myself. So I'm working on these things. And emotional maturity is very important, because when they grow up, they need their emotions to be at least 80 to 90% balanced. And this is something that you have to learn, because it doesn't just come just like that. Just few people are emotionally mature. Most times we have to be taught these things, not just food on your back and food on your plate or clothes on your back and pay the school fees. emotionally, these children have to be balanced. Because what it does, number one, is emotional maturity. It teaches respect also. I try to tell them, why do you think your brother did this? You have to understand where he's coming from. Okay, say sorry and then give a hug. And respect other people. Respect them. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter what they have done to you. You have to respect them. It's very important. And then something my children also do is when they do something crazy and I like, why did you do this? I'm not happy with you. And then my son like, Mommy, I want a hug. I want a hug. Yeah, I'm in the middle of scolding you. And you're telling me you want a hug. And they all do it. So what do? I just like, okay, I'll give you a hug. Like, come here, I give you a hug and I give you a kiss. And I'll go right back to telling you you did something wrong. Because I said, don't think the hug will make me not scold you. Nope. I will give you a hug, but I'll still tell you what you did was wrong. And then my children always ask me, Mommy, am I a bad boy? I'm a bad boy. I did something. I'm like, no, you are not a bad boy. You are. You did something wrong, but that doesn't make you a bad boy. You are always a good kid. It doesn't matter what you do. I said, this is your name. Your name doesn't change from Wadiaro. You will always be on Wadiaro, right? He said, yes, that's how you are. You are a child of God, and no matter what you do, you will always be a child of God. You are not a bad kid. You can do something bad, but that doesn't change who you are. And then sometimes my son also said, Mommy, I made you mad. I said, no, you did not make me mad. You did something that made me mad. The problem is a problem, not you and not Mommy. So they don't grow up thinking nobody has the power to make you mad. You give away the power. I think I was speaking to one of my customers one day, and we had this analogy where a taxi driver was, kind of cool, calm and collected, and he's in New York driving. And then they said, why are you not mad after everything the customer, the passenger did? He said, look, let me tell you, some people have baggage and garbage in them, and they are walking around looking for who to dump it on. So you decide if you open your lid and let them dump their garbage on you, or you put your lid on. So you have the power to say, no, I will not be mad, or I will not be upset. So I told my child, you don't have the power to make anybody mad. Whoever gets mad at you decides to get mad at you. So it's so many things that, we grew up thinking, this is how it is said. I made you mad. I'm a bad child. And these children are hearing these things. And when they hear these things over and over again, oh, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That's what they say in our house. Or, are you okay? Are you okay? And then my child comes back and then he says, Mommy, is there anything wrong with me? Am I okay? And this is something I just said offhandedly, because they've always said this to us back home. And so I just say it. And I didn't know I'm actually doing something to hurt my child. So these are the things that made me to start catching myself. Say, wow, I'm actually hurting my kid by saying this offhanded thing. Because I know there's nothing wrong with my child. For me, my child is perfect. But I'm saying things that is hurting him emotionally. And then these children that used to be bubbly and happy start going back into themselves. And they start thinking something is actually wrong with them. Because who said it? Their parent, their mom, or their dad. And you have the prophecy. You have power to prophesy things over them. So I had to catch myself. So an emotionally mature child starts from the home. It starts from the parents. We have to be emotionally mature, and then so we can pass it down to our children, so they can grow up and respect others and respect themselves and do things for other people. It doesn't matter what those people have done to them. They learn to have empathy, to know where people are coming from, why people do what they do. It takes emotional maturity. And I'm not saying your child is going to be perfect. No, we do what we can do. And then we leave the rest for God. But when we haven't done what we are supposed to do, and we think it will figure itself out, by then so many damage has been done to your child. And if your child is not emotionally mature from what you teach them at home, the world will teach it to them outside. And it will teach it to them in the wrong way. That's why you see some children bully people because they think that's the right way to do it. But when you teach them these things at home, no, it's not good to bully. It's not good to hate on people because they are black, because they are white, because they are green, because they are tall or they are short, or because one of their eyes are not working, or they have one or two disabilities. When you teach this to children at home, they go out and they have empathy, they have respect and dignity for their fellow human being. So I hope this has blessed somebody. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope this starts a conversation in your home to make your own rules. And we will do all we can do to make sure our children are sound and emotionally mature. Love you, my precious people. See you in the next video. Bye for now.